G'day guys, it's Aussie Tech Gaming here. I love my gaming. And I love my racing and everything else in between. Okay, so this is a little bit of a gaming chat video. This is going to be a new series. We're going to discuss the latest gaming concerns and stuff that I've had over the last week or the last month. Depends on how often I do this. Firstly, I picked up Ancestors yesterday on PC, and I'm actually really enjoying that game, so it's a pity that it's on Epic. And that brings me to my first subject for this video, and that's all these different platforms to buy your games on, whether it's Epic, Origin, Blizzard, all these other ones. And I had some concerns. My main concern is, okay, I've got Ancestors and I bought that for Epic because it's the only way to buy it at the moment, because you can't get it on Steam until next year. So and that's where my concern, like Steam is such a huge providing service, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But services like Epics and stuff like that, and this is a question mark, will they stick around? Now my question is, what's going to happen to my games if Epic's service fails? What's going to happen to my games? Are they going to give me Steam keys so I can redeem them on there so I don't lose out on the games that I've paid money for? And that's my question mark. That's why a lot of people have these concerns. Now, Epic's store is so not that epic. And Ubisoft and all these other ones are out there. But how successful are they going to be? What's going to happen to our games that we buy on those if they fail? What's going to happen to my games on Epic if it fails? So that's my concern. What are your concerns? Now, what kind of protection are we going to have if these services fail and you put money into these games on their services? That's where Steam's got a very kind of monopoly, because it's been out there for so long. Steam's not going to go anywhere. But these other ones which are trying to compete with Steam, yeah, well, there's still always a question mark on that. So that's the disadvantages and dangers of buying these games through those stores. Okay, that's the first little bit of a chat on this one. My next one is a bit of a dig at Gran Turismo Sport. Now, I love it. I actually think the physics in that game are absolutely brilliant, but it's got some major flaws in my eyes. Now, the first one that I hate is that I can't use my manual gearbox in online racing. I can do it for the online time trials, but when you actually go into online racing, you can't use the gearbox. You have to use the paddle shifts. Now, if I'm driving a car that has a gearbox and not a paddle shift, I want to use the gearbox. I like being as realistic as possible. It's supposed to be a sim. But for some reason, they seem to think that it's cheating online or something, because I don't know how you can cheat with a manual. Usually the paddle shifts are actually a little bit quicker than using a manual gearbox. But for some reason, please enlighten me to actually how apparently using that manual gearbox is cheating. It can't be for lap times, because they allow you to use the manual gearbox when you're doing live, the timing and stuff like that. It's just in online races. So, yeah, I think that's a bit of a bummer. It kind of distracts from about. But my biggest problem and beef that I have with this game is the whole penalty system. It is an absolute joke. For a game that's supposed to be aimed towards more the online racing, the penalty system is an absolute joke. And I just had a game before doing this video, so I'll probably be a little bit worked up, where I'm doing the qualifying beforehand. So you've got your 15 to 20 minutes, or 15 to 10 minutes qualifying. Okay, and on my first lap, I've brushed it with a tiny little brush, and suddenly it says 5-second penalty. The stupid thing is, what any other game which has an online system and you're doing qualifying, it will null and void that lap. You've hit the wall, you've cut the corner, whatever. It null and voids the lap that you're on. No, Gran Turismo, it null and voids the next lap or whatever, because they had that stupid slow down system where you have to slow down for 5, 9, whatever seconds. And in this case, that's what's happened. I've gone to my next lap, and I couldn't do that lap. I just plodded around for that lap, because I knew that I had to slow down that stupid yellow line which slows you down. I can understand a kind of a penalty system, but yeah, that is to me a massive flaw and not right. Look, if it thinks that you've done wrong, null and void the lap that you're on, but don't penalise you for the next lap, which has got nothing to do with the lap that you're on. Because if you're running short in time, lucky I had enough time to do a qualifying lap after that, but sometimes you might not, and you're completely screwed over a very poor system. And I can't remember what track it was, a Tokyo City track I think it was, in 286. It's one of the latest online races out of the 3 that you have at the moment for this week. And then I went into the race and I got into second place, and for one corner I just slightly went wide. I mean, just tiny little bump on the wall. It didn't make up any time. I actually lost time from that. But because I bumped the wall, it gave me a 5-second penalty. And then that slowed, and then the other car behind me, which was catching me up on the last lap, got beside me and kind of came over and kind of bumped each other. It was like 50-50, but I got an extra 3 seconds penalty for that. No, 4 seconds penalty for that. So it gave me 9-second penalty. So it's so random the amount of penalties it gives you. And I would have thought hitting another car would give you a bigger penalty than accidentally slightly bumping the wall, and I didn't make up any time. And so it gave me a 9-second penalty. Now the next car in 4th place was 8 seconds behind me. So by the time we finished the race, he got 3rd place, I got 4th. And the whole penalty system within Gran Turismo Sport, I think, really needs to be looked into in the gearbox team. So that's my rant about Gran Turismo Sport. So there you go. This is a new idea where I'm going to discuss some ideas about gaming, my thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, I'm going to be doing a big game giveaway soon. It's going to be PC games only, because I've got a whole lot of codes that I got from my Humble Bundles, and I've got some pretty good games on there, and I'm going to give away some of those games, actually probably all of them, because they're games that I've already got and stuff like that. So if you want to, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell down there somewhere to be notified, because that video should be coming up in the next week, where you get a chance to win some pretty cool games. I'm Ian, and this is Aussie Tech Gaming. Catch you guys all later.